So this is Botany 440540, Chapter 3, Stand Basal Area. I'm going to demonstrate the Bitterlich method. I'm using the cruise angle that I made myself. The instructions for doing this are in the equipment list. You can do it this way, or you can actually buy one from the forestry suppliers. So this has a measure which is exactly 1.7 meters across, 1.7 centimeters across the top, and then it has a string that gives 6 different factors. It doesn't matter which one you use, they all do the same thing, but they will give you different numbers of trees. So I'm going to use number 6, the first one, because this is a forest with lots of trees in. If you had a forest or a savanna, say, that had very few trees and all spread out, then you'd want to use 1. The instructions for this are in the equipment list, like that. This will give more trees. If I do it in this forest that's got a really good canopy, then there are way too many trees for the measurement. So I'm going to use the first line, number 6, and then I'm going to find the starting point. So I'm going to use this side over here. This has a nice big tree and a tree fall there, so it'll be easy to notice when I've got all the way around the circle. So I look at the tree, I find the measurement, this is the length, and put this on my eye socket. And then I look at the line, and every tree that is equal or wider than that line is in. It counts as 1. If it's less wide, then it's not in and I don't count it. So I'm going to start with this tree. It's wider, so it's number 1. I got 1. I've got another tree, too small, too small, too small. Okay. Now I'm looking at this tree that's just about the same size. I'm looking carefully. I think it's either just as big as the gauge or longer, so I'm going to count that as in. And so that's 2 so far. Now there's one behind it that I can't really see, so I'm going to take a step to the left and till I can see the whole tree, and it's out. So I'm going to come back again and move on. Out, out, in. This one is in. It's not very wide, but it's close to me. So it's in. This is number 3. That one, it's big but further away, so not count that one. And I've got another one here. 4, 5. That's just out. It's too small. So I'm going to keep going around the circle. 5. I've got 5. Oh, I've got another one here. This is number 6. 6. This is 7. Now I've got 8. 9. 10. And that's it, I'm done. And as I looked at the trees, I was putting the measure at about what's called breast height, about 1.4 meters off the ground, because that's how basal area is measured. So how many did I get? 8? 10? So I have 10. and I'm using factor 6, so my basal area is 10 times 6, 60 meters square per hectare, because this is a metric device. And be sure that you're doing this in metric units, because I don't even want to look at your answer if it's in square feet per acre. The conversion is really quite difficult. So there we are. That's all I had, was the stake in the ground, and then I just went round in a circle. So I've completed one of my samples, one of my 5 samples, and this method is quick. It doesn't really require much laying out or much work. Most of the work is just finding where this randomly placed spot is and then taking the data. So that's the Bitterlich method.